Can you just start with the latest injury update, please?
Yeah, well, Gary Ringrose trained with us today, which is good, so it's nice to have him back. So he's progressing nicely. Hugo did a little bit on the sideline and then did the fitness with the boys, so he's progressing really nicely. So Ryan Bird had a back spasm this morning, so he didn't train. Anybody else? I think those are the two. Gary and Hugo, the main two that are coming through nicely. So we'll see how the weekend progresses.
Was that Gary's first full session back with you?
No, he's done a couple of unit sessions. So I suppose, yeah, first full session in terms of doing absolutely everything. But he's been running with us in the past couple of weeks as well.
And would you regard him as fit for being okay?
Well, he's progressing nicely. So let's fingers crossed he comes through and he's fine.
Just on Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo again. It's a process that's just slowly ticking along nicely. So hopefully by Tuesday, Wednesday, he'll be training fully and give us that opportunity. We need that sort of competition in the team for us to drive forward.
What about Ian Henderson?
I actually don't know about it.
He's rehabbing back in Ulster.
He's rehabbing back in Ulster. Sorry. It's not my domain.
It is a down week, but how nice is it to have that atmosphere out there today?
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. Again, it's inspiring the nation that Andy's always said and always spoken about, and the boys have done a pretty good job. So, it does definitely give the boys a bit of a buzz on a down week to come and perform in front of the crowd. And I think the crowd love it too. So it's great to get a day off school and come and watch the boys play and train.
How do you find the week off now before such a big game with Twickenham? Do you sort of wish you were then at this weekend?
Yeah, to be honest, we've had a review of the Wales game and it wasn't perfect by any means. So, I think we've really realised what we need to do now over the next 10 days to prepare properly for England. We went away from what we are really, really good at against Wales. And it's something that we've addressed, and we need to make sure that we get right. So, hence the session today was pretty sharp. So, it's a good start. The boys will relax this weekend, but then come Sunday, Monday, they'll be fired up again.
Mike, just on the atmosphere there today, there's been plenty of talk about the Aviva and the atmosphere, and a lot of people say it's because the tickets are maybe too expensive for the normal fan, or it's very corporate. It was nice to have that opportunity today, but do you think overall there should be something done that all fans can enjoy?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not for me to say, to be honest. We get on and do our little bits and pieces. I'm sure it's brewing in the background. Like you say, it's been mentioned before. So, hopefully that's something going to be produced in in the near future. But when the crowd do get going, I know our away support has been unbelievably good, especially in the World Cup and stuff. So. I think it's something that everybody needs to address, I suppose, and we'll see what happens.
And back-to-back Grand Slams never been achieved before. Is it something that the team embrace?
Well, I suppose it's the same old cliche that everybody says. It's a game by game. This England side that we're coming up against next week are dangerous side. We know they're capable of doing things. So. It's making sure that we take our next step, and the next step is England at Twickenham. So that's all we're going to focus on at the moment.
And can I just check as well, did Robbie Henshaw train today?
Yeah,
he
did.
Yeah,
fully.
Cool.
I think.
Thank you.
I think he did.
Just Mike, if I may, just if you can expand on when you say you got away from what you do well in the Wales game. What do you mean by that?
Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? Yeah, to tell. No, we just went through the motions a little bit rather than actually really implementing the way we wanted to play, and it was a bit disappointing in certain aspects of the game. But we've addressed it. We're good enough to address it, and it's something that we have to get right for England. So we will.
Mike, can we check on one more player? Ollie Yeager wasn't there today. Has he picked up an arm?
Bang on his knee. Sorry, he's bang on his knee, and but that's not major update for that.
Okay. And then on England and the game 2 years ago at Twickenham, it was the first big away win this team has had with people back in the stands and stuff like that since he would have come in as coaches. How big of a step was that looking back at it now, when you see, you went down to New Zealand after that, was it a particularly big milestone? to win like
2
that?
years ago is a long time. a lot of games since then. Yeah, I think every game that we've progressed, and again, it's just chasing that potential that we feel we need to get to. And 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we were just trying to get better as a team. And I think, it's probably a game where the belief really started kicking in. And since then, it might have been the stepping stone for us to go to another gear. But on the back of that, we need to make sure we keep progressing.
Yeah, Mike, Steve Borthwick's been in the job just over a year now in England. Do you think he's improved the side overall?
It's not for me to say, to be honest. I think doing the job, especially from an attacking point of view, does take time. Don't get me wrong. So it's a tough one to get, especially when you're at the top end of the sport. You take a bit of time to do that. But the individuals that are there, they're definitely capable of causing teams. They got to a third in the World Cup. So the players are all still there, barring probably an Owen Farrell, but everybody else is there and they're well capable. So it is tough at that level, but Borthers, they'll keep ticking along, no doubt.
And just to our own individual, Bundiyaki, Robbie Henshaw, they've been fantastic this campaign so far. How impressed have you been with how they've been really since match day one?
Yeah, well, I think Stu McCloskey's been exceptional too, and then you've got Gary Ringrose too that is knocking on the door, and he doesn't want to give them any opportunity either. So for me, that competition is driving these guys to another level, and that's the exciting thing. That's a really exciting thing. So, I thought Stu against Italy, Stu and Robbie in as a pair against Italy worked exceptionally well together. So, Bundy, the pressure's on. It's good. It's good that you have this, and having guys like that can play at that level at that pace.
Kieran, just to close off this section.
Hey Mike, can I just get your assessment of Kieran Crowley's performance against Wales?
Yeah, good. I think Gats was saying that they were going to bombard him with high balls. I don't think they got many opportunities to do that. But he's very safe. Great line for his try. The nice thing with Frauls is his rugby ability and his ability to fit into the way we play the game. And again, he's just, you just tapping the surface with him. I think he's got a lot more to offer. He's a big man. He's a powerful guy. And he will develop as he goes. But yeah, brilliant footballer, and you couldn't ask much more from him.